All right, let's call to order at 2:03 p.m. I realized on the other agenda that I hadn't put the Pledge of Allegiance. We probably should do that. There's a flag right in the middle of the room.
Let's do that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, everyone is present except Steve Moore. He had surgery, so he will not be with us today. Hopefully recover quickly. I'll give Connie a minute to take a quick look. Keith only found, I misspelled his name once, and I added an extra C on the word office, but I was explaining to them I had a limited amount of time to write these and proofread them. So
I think all they're interested in is making sure you get the basics.
That's what it is. It is basics.
Well, I don't like to bring this up after I said that, but you spelled January wrong too. That's okay. That's okay. I know what you mean. I think.
Yes, I did AU instead of UA.
Yeah. Well, you're so used to abbreviating JAN.
No, that's just me typing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I had one of those mornings where I was constantly upgrading meetings and cancellations and
one of those busy
referrals and those sort of things.
As long as the dates are correct on here, everything right. The dates September 12th and 19th. That's all correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, all of that. Well, I make a motion that we accept the minutes, including all their minor
changes.
Right.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any other changes or deletions, additions, whatever? Apparently not.
Nope.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the minutes are approved. And public comment. Since there are no public here, I have a feeling that one will go quickly. Old business, discussion of job fair information forum. We did touch on the fact last week that there is a job fair, and I meant to print the poster before I got here. The chamber is sponsoring a job fair at Blue Chip. I believe it's April the 14th. Like I said, I meant to print and I need to call to contact the chamber because they have already offered to. Kate Eaton has offered to assist us in any way they can, and I figured since they're going to have experience doing this, that would be a good resource for us to find out exactly how they organize it and so forth. Yeah. So I will contact her and let her know that we are planning tentatively to do our own in September, and I also haven't contacted Pete Visklowski's office too, and this was last fall when they made the offer. Of course, he's starting to wind down, getting ready to leave office at the end of the year. But I know he's very passionate about veterans issues, so I have a feeling if we have one, he'll still want to be, the office will still want to be involved. So I still have the contact person, and I'll take care of that as well.
With it being on April 14th, that's not going to give us a few weeks to jump on board with Blue Chips.
I'm not sure there's a whole lot we can do directly with them. I was thinking more of the fact that they're going to
helping us.
Yeah, their assistance to us, and the fact that they've kind of done all the legwork already in terms of people that they contacted and their experiences with the businesses that they were involved in and that sort of thing. And I think the chamber can be a big resource there because I assume if they're going to hold it at the Stardust Event Center, they're going to have a number of exhibitors, and so that could be a big help to us. And
it's questionable if they're going to have this. Their Blue Chip has canceled all of their things coming up. We have a banquet supposedly scheduled there the 25th. I'm not sure we're even going to be able to do that, so the mayor may be on hold.
The mayor came out this morning, and one of the things he mentioned was that they ask any of the banquet halls, the large venues and so forth, to curtail activities because it'd be next to impossible for the city to say, if you've got a hall that holds 500 people,
right,
and it's an event for 150, well, still, how do you say, well, yeah, you can hold
right.
this, but nobody else
right.
can? So they basically asked the large venues to shut down, and I guess Blue Chip has done that.
But the mayor of Chicago asked them to keep it down under
200 or
250?
Was it?
Yeah.
250 people.
But there was a major event I heard last weekend when I was there for the Home and Remodeling Expo, or Home and Lifestyle Expo at Blue Chip that the Builders Association put on, that there was a major exhibitor that had planned to have a meeting and convention and events there within the next several weeks and canceled. And just the economic impact of that one meeting was $250,000.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of repercussions.
Yeah, but I was just kind of hoping to piggyback off of theirs.
Yes.
When they were having it. Maybe get a little bit of time slotted for veterans only.
Well, and if they have to reschedule it, that is still maybe possible too. That we can tie into that. So
I have a thought. I don't know. It sort of occurred to me. I did some research on this mail out thing that we've been talking about and all that. We'll get into that a bit later. But possibly piggybacking on this would be, I was thinking of registering veterans instead of us trying to mail out and money that we don't have and things like that. We might be able to set up a booth where we could register
at the job fairs.
At the job fair.
At the job fair.
At this one.
Right. Good idea.
Yeah,
I will contact Katie this afternoon or first thing Monday morning and ask what their situation is in terms of rentals, and because I don't know whether they're going to be in the new room or the old room. The old room obviously is bigger. Maybe they're going to be in the new room, but regardless, it depends on how much space they have. And if they have additional space, I know they're going to make it available to us. So, but that's a very good idea.
Well, and the thing of it is, we could set up, just basically whoever wants to be there doing this, and primarily then promote hours in September.
Right.
Tell them it's going to be,
all we need is a card table.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Blue Chip will give us a table and chairs and that kind of thing.
Right.
So and
they'll supply all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just whatever you want to put on the table.
This idea came to me because I did some research on basically this mail out that we're talking and all this, and the cost of it, and I got some numbers, and that is a major thing. I mean, when you start doing that, not only time-wise but getting the database, getting it back in, that's where they cautioned me and said, if you don't have somebody that's sitting there on a daily basis putting that stuff back in, you have 15,000 pieces of mail, then you'll, number one, have to hire somebody, or it's going to overwhelm Joe and George to the point where, I don't know, those things probably would be sitting in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
Where if we brought it to the point where they could register, they would be, I think, people who are more interested, rather than us just sending out willy-nilly. If they're interested, they're going to register. They're going to get their name and information, and then we can pass it on to George and Joe, and possibly alleviate some of that, onslaught of thousands of letters. But that was my thought. Okay, now shut up now.
No, that's fine. Actually, I'm glad you took that step, because I've been thinking about that as well when I was doing the minutes. They estimated 9,000 veterans in LaPorte County, and you start thinking about, we have 100,000 plus people in the county. 9,000 of those are veterans. Trying to sort those out and figure out who is and who isn't, and get a list. And
even not every veteran necessarily wants to use the services. So right there, you're eliminating.
I don't.
Right, exactly.
I've never used a veteran service, and yet, I am. But I've never contacted the Veteran Service Office. I've never contacted the VA.
Right.
But I'm still a veteran, and I'm still entitled to those. And and that's exactly right. Those are the people like me are the most difficult to reach, because there's really no outward indication that they are veterans.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, if we do, what I was thinking is possible. This is great. I mean, we can possibly piggyback on this to start it. We could actually do that 3 or 4 times a year at one of, let's say, at the DAV or something like that. We could have.
Well, there's also
sign
one
up
of the temp
Saturday.
services.
Work one supposedly at the last one, and I haven't had a chance to contact them. But somebody mentioned, maybe it was Steve, somebody mentioned that Work One has one also.
Right.
And
Sign up.
no, a
It's
job fair.
Oh,
Job
they
fair.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. I see.
So it's kind of hoping to piggyback off of both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just-
And I'll get it, and I will get a date for
Yeah.
that. I haven't done that yet, but I will get a date for that. And
I just think it would be more successful in getting the people that really need it or want it,
Mhm.
rather than just sending out.
Yeah, if they come to the fair.
Right, and we could. Well, you could always. That could go on the radio.
well, yeah, I'll help promote that as
we could
well.
have, sign up Saturday, 9 to 12, something like that. Which I would be happy to do something like that. You guys, I'm sure.
Right.
Just a card table and some,
Card table, just tablet of paper.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Name, phone number, and address.
I think that would solve.
Or name and address for that matter.
It certainly, well, and that coupled with the list that some of the organizations
Right.
have would at least be a start anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
And then once we get, acclimated a little bit, if we decide, say, next year or the year after that, we need to, enhance it or do more, we could do that then. But I think right now, to get us rolling on this.
We need that first step.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure I'm speaking to George Watkins anyway because I saw him.
You do.
No, I saw him at the Home and Lifestyle Expo on Sunday, I think it was. He won the $1,000 shopping spree.
I saw that.
Come on, Ron, you can spare that.
He won the $1,000 shopping spree, so that's good. I'm happy for George, really. Well, is there anything more that we need to talk about the job fair or job and information fair right now? Steve was going to check on the DAV, and I didn't have a chance when I talked to him the other day. Didn't have a chance to check with him about whether he's had a chance to do that. I thought I'll wait for a little while till he recovers a little bit, and then just email him and say, "Have you had a chance to do that?" And if not, we want to do that because obviously you're planning out in advance to make sure that the hall is available one or the other or both of those days. But
so September 12th or the 19th, we're focusing on that.
That's what we're focusing on.
Okay.
Somebody has a better suggestion. That's what we've been focusing on.
I think it's a good time.
Yeah. And you were absolutely right last month, Connie. If we don't pick out a date, if we don't pick out a time frame, we're not going to move forward. So absolutely right.
Yeah.
Is there anything more that we need to discuss about the veterans count also?
So you're going to contact.
I'm going to contact the chamber.
Okay.
And I'll do that maybe as early as this afternoon, but I'll do that soon. And yes, that's possible. Depending upon when it is, it may have to be postponed as well. But I think it's sometime in mid-April, so they may be all right. But
then they might be.
I'll get the exact date and I'll email it to everybody.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah.
And we need volunteers to basically man
The table.
The table.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to be there is fine, but we need to make sure we
I'll
have
be there.
someone.
Absolutely.
That's probably what we
Yeah,
do.
and I'll do it for a while too.
From the media side, is there any long-range time of when the governor wants to open this back up and let us do our thing again, or is it all medically related?
Everything is being done almost on, I don't want to say seat of your pants basis,
Day-to-day type.
but it's hour after hour. As of late this morning, the regionals tomorrow were still on.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They made the decision to cancel the regionals. They were going to be played without spectators, but the games were going on tomorrow as early as 11:30 this morning. By noon, about 11:45, they were canceled.
Yeah, I thought so.
And I think some of that had to do with the fact, too, the schools are now closing.
But the NCAA canceled a game at halftime.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, my. I didn't.
Players went in at halftime and
Well, we were supposed
they
to
didn't come
carry,
back out.
Yeah.
we were supposed to carry the Big Ten tournament game between Minnesota and Michigan yesterday. It was scheduled to tip off at 11 o'clock Central. At 10:45, Compass Radio Network, which is the network that was carrying that game, went on the air. And 10 minutes into the broadcast, the NCAA announced while the teams were out on the floor warming up that the rest of the tournament had been canceled. I mean, there were a couple of tournament games that the teams were already there and on the court, and they canceled the rest of the tournament.
Yep.
Well, which one? There was one, I just caught part of it, where they actually awarded the trophy. Did you see that? Where they said...
Oh, I think
the Illinois high school game.
I don't know if it was college or high school, but yeah, they went ahead. They said they're not going to they're canceling the playoffs or whatever, and so they just went ahead and awarded.
Well, some of the conferences, what they may have done because they already had the trophies made.
Yeah.
If you're in the Big Ten or the Ivy League or the Big East and so forth, you have a regular season champion. So they may have gone ahead and given them the trophy for that.
Yeah,
already been determined.
They've already got it made up. They might as well do something with it. So
yeah.
And the IHSAA has not said that the basketball tournament is over. At this point, they're saying they're postponed.
Right.
So leaving the thing open. But to answer your question, Dave, I don't think anybody knows at this point.
Right.
I mean, everybody's just kind of making it up as they go along.
Yeah.
And like I said, you weren't there, I don't think, but I went to Valpo yesterday afternoon where they were preparing for the home show at the Porter County Expo Center. When I was there at 3 o'clock, it was on. 2 hours later, I got a phone call saying it's canceled. So, I mean...
A lot of stuff happened in Valpo yesterday. I had a venue to go to tomorrow that I volunteered to work on, and last night at 7 o'clock, it's canceled. Maybe next month, maybe not till May, they don't know.
Well, the senior trash and treasure, that's been canceled.
Oh, it has?
It has. And because we do the park stickers there, it's a big deal for the park.
Well, we do a broadcast in there, too, so I'm glad to know
so
that. Is it going to be
canceled.
rescheduled, do you know? Or?
Shannon doesn't know.
Okay.
She called me just before I left and said.
But thank you for letting me know that, because we're trying to plan this stuff. We were supposed to carry all the Big Ten games this week. We were supposed to carry the NCAA tournament starting on Sunday. We were supposed to carry the ACC as long as Notre Dame was in, and we were going to carry 2 of the regional games from Michigan City High School tomorrow. And now all of those are canceled.
So you got a lot of airtime.
We got a lot of airtime.
DJs are going to be busy.
Yeah.
No, and the automation's going to work very hard.
Yeah.
All right. Anything more on either the job fair or the veterans count that anybody wants to
Did you
offer?
have a chance to get a hold of
Operation Serving Heroes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I did. Abate. Okay, Operation Serving Heroes does not have a list that we're looking for of any nature. Abate was supposed to forward them from last year's event a list of veterans. Never did.
Oh, okay.
And I guess they made a few attempts, follow-up phone calls and so on and so forth, and never got a response. So
Okay.
I can't supply anything with Operation Serving Heroes.
All right.
Well, that's all we can do is try.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about the MCCE banquet?
As far as I know, it's still on, but it's a blue chip.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
So we'll have to see what
I haven't
happens.
heard anything on that. I thought maybe you had.
No, I got the email I got was from Sue Webster yesterday, and as of that, it was still on.
Yeah.
But that was before they asked these large events,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it's still on at this point. But you're right. Who knows 2 weeks from now? It's just hard to say.
They
so.
can mail those checks. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, they don't have to have a banquet.
Right,
But,
they don't have to have a banquet, but I mean.
but they may reschedule it too. It depends on.
Banquet's nice, yes.
The banquet's nice.
And after reading because the county sent out a 2-page press release on the meeting they had yesterday, and the mayor was out this morning. And a lot of the focus is going to be on, for lack of a better term, the gestation period, because the virus only lasts for a relatively short period of time, and you're only vulnerable for a short period of time. If they can limit the number of new cases and the number of people that show up with it, and as somebody pointed out when we were out in the hallway, they don't necessarily show up right away.
Right.
But over a period of time, they're going to be able to tell whether it's continuing to spread. And if they can put a lid on that, it may end pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But there's just no way to predict that at this point. So,
Well, the good news is, at least according to the Fox News this morning, already like 75 to 80% of those that had contracted it were already through it and survived it. And all was good.
I know I heard in China alone that there were more people that had been discharged and were
coming in
away from it than were coming in.
Right.
So yeah, they're starting to get toward the end of theirs, and that's all we can hope is that
It's over.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Move on.
Yep. Next catastrophe.
Return your toilet paper to Walmart for a refund.
I still haven't figured out toilet paper. What that has to do with the virus. Now,
There were people online suggesting cutting your paper towels in half.
Yeah. All kinds of weird stuff.
There's a reason why I don't leave. I've never looked at Facebook in my life, and I never have any intention of going to Facebook. That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Dave brought up something, and it's not an issue right now, but it's something we've talked about the past few months, and that is the second Friday at 2 o'clock is going to be an issue for him as we get into the summer months because of conflicts. And I know, Connie, you said you had some too, and that's probably going to get worse as we get in. So we don't need to decide that now, but at the point where that begins to be an issue with you, you need to bring it up so we can figure out, because all the ordinance says is we need to meet quarterly. We don't even have to meet monthly, but if we're going to meet monthly, we have to figure out a time, and it doesn't have to be the same time every month either. So.
Right. Well, according to your minutes here and so on and so forth, next month's going to be a conflict anyway.
Yes, it is, because City Hall will be closed because of Good Friday. So we couldn't have it next on April 10th, the second Friday next month anyway, because
let's do it the 3rd,
City
which
Hall
is
will
the
be
first
closed.
Friday.
How does your Tuesdays work out through the summer?
Let me think here. I think I'm okay Tuesday afternoons, so that
would work good for me, because the summer job I got is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday I'm off because of Exchange Club.
Okay.
So I'm not working Mondays or Tuesdays. So Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, because you're done at the Exchange about 1, so if we did it 2 o'clock on a Tuesday.
That would work good for me for the summer.
Well, the April 10th, should we do it the following Tuesday or the Tuesday before? If we did, that'd be the 14th, which is a Tuesday at 2 p.m.
April
14th, I think, should be a Tuesday.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, April 14th at 2 p.m.
I think that's okay. I'd have to look at my at-home calendar.
That also reminds me too, because every month I send emails to each one of you and remind you. But I was told last month that Gene Simmons is our
is he?
Liaison.
Is our liaison,
okay.
and I meant to. I got to get Gene's, and it's on the city's website, but I need to get Gene's email and make him aware to make sure he knows when we're meeting. Whether or not he can make it is, but
I think he's retired. Isn't he retired now?
yeah, he is.
Yes.
And he'll make it if he can, I'm sure. So, okay, April 14th at 2 p.m.
Yes, Gene.
Does that work for everybody that's here?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll try
Good
it.
for me.
And I'll email. And again, we don't have to. We're not. It's not etched in stone.
Right.
Okay. I don't see anything else on their agenda unless somebody has another comment, either their old business or new business. Anything?
I'm good.
All right, Commissioner comments. Connie, anything?
Nothing other than I'm excited about doing stuff.
I am too. Dave?
So
Well,
if they go ahead with
hold it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
if they go ahead with the job fair and so on and so forth, that's going to be on the 14th.
Oh,
Well, I don't-
That's where I was going.
Oh, there you go.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure. I'll tell you, let's do this. Let's leave it right now for April 14th because we don't have to publish it until, about a week before. I will double check that poster and find out. I was thinking it was on a Thursday, so maybe it's the 16th. I'm going to check the date as soon as I get back there. I'll email each one of you.
So tentatively, the 14th is when we're going to meet.
Yes, but if that
Let us know
job
right
fair is
away,
on the
though.
14th, then we'll adjust accordingly.
Have to move it up to
Whatever.
before the 10th.
Yeah,
Week
we can
before.
we can do it on the 7th, the week before. Doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. So
Well, we
Tuesday's a
could do
Tuesday.
that. Why don't we just do that, and then we won't even have to come.
Okay, you want to make the 7th?
Let's see.
Would that work for you?
Let me look real quick.
The
I'm
7th at
sorry.
2 p.m. Okay, no, that's fine, Connie, because
Let's see. Okay, April. Yeah, let's just.
let's make it
Move it
April
up
7th at 2
couple
p.m.
days. Okay.
Yeah,
And now all of the three of you know it, and I'll make sure that Steve does as well.
yeah, we'll just do it that way.
Anything else, Dave?
Nope, that's all I had.
Keith?
Are you okay with that?
Is that job fair an all-day thing, or is it a?
Like I said, I looked at the poster. I meant to print it, and I didn't. So I'll look
Okay.
at it. There's been enough going on this week with all these changes that 2 days ago
You might not be there, yeah.
2 days ago we were supposed to carry
Yeah.
I don't know how many college games and how many high school games, and now we're doing none of them. And we're supposed to do 2 broadcasts in Valparaiso. We're not doing those either. So.
Life's funny, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
you just think,
Yep, you don't know.
Yeah.
Anything else, Keith?
I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Then our next meeting will be April the 7th at 2 p.m. and we're adjourning at 2:27 p.m.
Okay, so off the cuff, I guess here.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, sorry.
Is there a second?
You still got something to say?
No, she wanted to see it after the meeting was over.
Oh, okay. I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.